Hi friends, welcome to Yoga with Sarah Trapani. Haven't done a core focus video in a while, so we're going to do today's practice to focus on core strength, building a little bit of internal heat, and we'll give you a nice energy boost. So grab your mat and let's get started. Thanks so much for being a part of my YouTube community. You're the best. I always appreciate your comments, your likes, your super thanks, also subscribing. All of those things support me. So with that in mind, we're going to get started on the back. So let's wake up the core with the feet on the floor and start to roll down very slowly. When you come onto the back, reach your arms overhead, take a big, big stretch. Rooting through the feet, lift the hips and pelvis, and engage and squeeze the glutes. Hug your knees in a little bit toward each other, and imagine the inner thighs zipping up right up into the pelvic floor. And then start to roll down, upper back, middle back, lower back, and let's press the hands down through heart center and take a moment to rest your hands on your belly to feel the rising and falling of your breath. Inhale, expanding the belly, feeling that natural curve of your back. And then exhale, hug the belly in toward the spine to start to wake up a little bit of heat and fire, just gentle, subtle. And inhale, feel that arch, breathing through the nose. And exhale, pull the belly back toward the spine and curl the tailbone toward your chin. And just work with that a couple times. Inhale, drag the tailbone away from the chin, puff the belly, and then exhale, we're going to root through the feet and lift up again. This time, lay the arms down alongside the body, engage those glutes, and think about your intention for today. What do you want to cultivate? Is it strength, consistency, discipline, energy, more energy, whatever you want to cultivate? Self-love. Let that help guide your effort today. And we'll start to roll down slowly, upper back, middle back, lower back, resting. And when the lower back rests, hug your knees in and come into a full happy baby, reaching for the outside of the ankles, shins, or the outer edges of the feet. And rock side to side. Just massaging out your back. And then we're interlacing the hands back behind your head. Open your elbows and let's bring the soles of feet together. Press the feet together in prayer feet. So we're going to hover the outside edges of the feet off the ground with the elbows open and the knees open. Let's inhale. And then we'll exhale, scoop in, knees in, elbows toward the knees, and curl into that ball. Then inhale, open, prayer feet, open your elbows, hover your feet, and then exhale, squeeze in, lower ribs in, and draw to the center. And keep going. Inhale, and exhale, and move with your breath a few times. Inhale, heels root together. Exhale, squeeze in. Doing great. Couple more. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Last one. Inhale, and exhale. And then let your elbows open, extend your feet straight up toward the ceiling, flexing through the feet pretty strongly. So with nice broad open elbows, broad open collarbones, we're going to start to draw that right leg a little closer toward your body and press your left heel away. And then draw the left thigh in and press that right heel away and switch. And then switch. Try to keep your lower back connecting to the floor as we generate some warmth and some heat. Just a light kind of flex in the feet. Or you could floint your feet. Flointing is where you point your feet, but you flex your toes. So it's like a Barbie doll foot. And then we're going to integrate the upper body. So as your right knee comes in, left elbow comes toward the right knee. And then as you switch, right elbow comes toward the left knee. And then we'll switch. And then we'll switch. Good. And then we'll switch. And then we'll switch. And we'll switch. And just keep going at your own pace, whatever range of motion's available. And we're continuing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, open the heels out to a V as you inhale. As you exhale, press your palms together. and point your prayer hands forward toward the top of your mat. And then inhale, reach overhead. And then exhale, come more toward a happy baby leg. Bent knees, lift up, press the palms forward. Inhale overhead, heels open. Exhale, sit up. Happy baby legs. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend, sit up. One more time, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit up. And then interlace the hands behind your back. Open your elbows and glide the soles of feet together. Let the knees splay open. And then squeeze the knees in toward each other and lift your heels. Come onto your very tiptoes. And then kick your feet up toward the ceiling. Bend your knees and lightly, lightly, lightly touch your toes down. And then inhale, extend up, flexing through the feet. Use your lower belly to lift the tailbone. And then slowly bend the knees, point your toes, and a light touch. And we'll move in and out of that a few times. Moving in your own range of motion. Trying to keep, again, that lower back plugging down toward the floor. And a nice, smooth, steady breath. So you start to generate that awareness in the space deep in the lower belly. Good. Couple more. Keep pressing your outer elbows into the ground. And we'll do one more. And slowly release your feet into the floor. Once your feet are on the ground, we're rooting through the feet. Curl the tail toward your face. Scoop your head off the ground. Point your elbows toward the tops of your knees. Finding the end of the exhale. And then release back and open into a T. Take your arms out to a big open T. Then flip your palms down. You're going to draw both knees in toward the body. Cross your left ankle on top of your right. Let your knees go all the way to the right, almost all the way. And then back to center and over to the left. And then back to center, pressing our palms into the floor. As you do this, using your lower belly to move back and forth. Good. And as you come back to center, cross your right ankle on top to the left, and back to center and to the right. Move through this a few times, waking up that deep lower belly and also containing your ribs in toward the center, midline. And back to center, and then start to rock on the spine and rock right up to sit. So we're going to come all the way up to sit and join in a Kapalabhati breaths. So this is the skull shining breath. So when you inhale, you feel the belly expand into your hands. You inhale through your nose. And then you exhale forcefully out your nose. So you create this little, it's a little sound. You can probably hear it in my mic. So when you exhale forcefully, the belly comes in toward the spine. And then you kind of let the inhale just come in naturally. And that's how we practice Kapalabhati. So let's try it for about 10 rounds. Ready? Exhale all the way out. And then interlace the fingers, stretch the palms right up toward the sky as you inhale, looking up. And then exhale, let's come on to tabletop position. So we're going to arrive on all fours and tuck the toes and then hover your knees off the ground. Elbows are soft, lift your lower belly, and then drop your knees down. We'll do that a couple times. Hover both knees, really pull your lower belly up toward the spine, and then release them down. And then hover, and release, and then hover, and then release, and then extend your right heel straight back. Hover your left hand off the ground and extend your left fingertips forward. Looking forward at your left fingertips. Inhale, lift heel and hand. Exhale, release hand and knee. We'll do the other side. Left heel straight back. Hover your right hand or extend your right fingertips forward, thumb up. Inhale, lift heel and hand. Exhale, release hand and knee. Then lift your knees and come on up into a little bit of a shorter downward dog. Stretching the sitting bones high. And then come forward, slowly drop the knees down. So we're going to come back to child's pose for a moment, wriggling the hips back melting the forehead down toward the floor. And then go ahead and come all the way onto your belly. So we're going to come onto the belly, reach your arms around, and then root through the pelvis, lift everything up into Shalabhasana. So we're engaging the lower back, which is a part of your whole core. If it feels available, you can interlace your fingers, track your knuckles straight back. Inhale, expand your belly, spread your chest. Exhale, release. Palms under elbows, tuck your toes, come up into tabletop. We're going to walk the knees forward, cross your ankles, sit behind your heels. Cross your opposite non-habitual ankle on top. Take your hands on your belly, and we'll try for that Kapalabhati breathing again. This time, let's try for 20. So inhale, nose, belly expands, exhale. All the way out. And then interlace the awkward finger on top, press the palms forward and up. We're going to inhale, look up. We're going to exhale, squeeze the knees in. Flex your feet, hover your feet off the ground, uncross. Come into Navasana, boat pose, big toes touch. You could take a half boat pose with the knees bent, or you can extend your heels all the way up. Inhale, exhale, feet on the floor and fold. Cup your hands around your toes and round, draping your underarms over your knees. Look toward your belly. And then start to melt down onto your back slowly. Coming all the way down onto your back, take your arms out again to a T. Cross your left leg all the way over on top of the right. Bring the knees in toward your belly. And then let the knees go over to the right. The left inner knee moving over and down any amount for that twist. If it's too intense, just uncross and stack the legs. And you can keep your gaze neutral, you can look to the left. And we're inviting that space of the inhale into your belly. And then you exhale, pull the belly in toward the spine. Nice line from crown to tail. And then drawing the belly in, bring the knees back to center, and we'll bring the feet on the floor and recenter the pelvis. Then cross your right leg over on top. Use your core to hug both knees in, and then bring the knees to the left. The top of that right thigh moves away from the chin. And if your neck feels okay, you could turn your gaze to the right. The inhale expands the belly, up and out. Exhale pulls the belly in toward the spine, generating that inner fire in the core and the belly. And then we'll pull the knees in, uncross, and bring your feet on the floor. Reach your arms overhead again with palms facing up. Root through the feet and lift the hips and pelvis, engaging the gluteal muscles. Use those glutes to lift the hips and squeeze your knees in. And imagine your pelvic floor lifting up deep into the internal belly. And we'll inhale to breathe the chest toward the chin. And then exhale to roll down from the upper back, middle back, lower back resting. Draping the arms into a cactus shape. Take the feet mat width distance apart and start to windshield wiper our knees side to side, wringing out the hips. You could remember your intention for practice today. Let your knees knock in to touch. Take your hands on your belly for a moment. And find that long exhale to pull the belly in toward the spine. And when you're ready, we're going to come on up to sit for today's final meditation. So we're coming up to sit in hero's pose, sitting on the heels, or you could sit cross-legged. Just take a moment to interlace your hands on the belly. Close your eyes and sit up tall for this final meditation today. Tuning into your breath. Letting yourself tune into the rising and falling of the breath in the belly. thanking yourself for showing up today. And we're going to end this energizing practice first by welcoming gratitude for anything at all that you have to be grateful for, honoring, celebrating anything at all that you can be grateful for in this moment. And then the option is to end with another 20 rounds of Kapalabhati with the hands lightly interlaced on the belly. So it's that skull shining breath, that energy creating, digestive fire inducing breath. Remember that it's a forceful exhale through the nose that causes the diaphragm to pull up and back. And then you allow the inhale. And we make that kind of quick, short, forced exhales, 20 rounds on your next exhale. All the way out at the end of the exhale. And then inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. And appreciative for your presence in this practice. Thank you for showing up today. Wishing you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey. And I also hope that you have a little bit more energy today. So enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. As I mentioned, if you can subscribe, like, and share, and all those things, and especially the super thanks button is really helping to support my endeavor. And I'm grateful for you. So I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.